What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so we're going to be taking a look again at Spider-Man here. So I now have his Infinity War uniform, so I kind of just wanted to do a retest of Spider-Man at Tier 3 with this uniform. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So I have the uniform at Heroic, so I haven't leveled it up too much yet, but I'll get it to Mythic eventually. We still, of course, have our CTP on him, 180 proc with 25% for the chain hit damage. ISO 8 set is still not fully awakened, just a regular 6-star set here. So we have Overdrive, his skills have been leveled up, and still have just kind of like a basic Guru on him. I put a little bit more on to try to get all of his stats capped out, so now we have Ignore Defense maxed out, so yeah, it's pretty close there, 2% over, that's nothing too bad. Crit rate's at 42%, crit damage is at 173. So that's what Spider-Man's looking like right now, and yeah, with the Infinity War uniform, his damage definitely went up quite a bit from the Homecoming uniform. So let's go ahead and jump into some of the gameplay clips. Alright, so here we are at some more Extreme Alliance battle. Pretty much using the exact same team. We have 2099's leadership, and then we have Shuri for the Tier 2 passive, except this time we have him, of course, with his Infinity War uniform on. So we're going to go ahead and see kind of the score difference here between Spider-Man at Tier 3 with Homecoming versus the Infinity War, because we only got about, was it 250, 260,000 or something like that with the Homecoming uniform, so it was quite low. I didn't really expect it to be that low with him at Tier 3, but it was a big jump from the Tier 2 score, because my Tier 2 score was only like 110,000 with the Homecoming uniform, so it jumped up by about 140,000 going from Tier 2 to Tier 3, but now that we have this uniform here, we get a little bit more damage out of it. We've already passed the 100k mark, which is right where the Tier 2 Spider-Man was scoring for me. So let's just keep going here and see how high we can push the score with Spider-Man. Alright, so we're getting up into the 300,000s here, so this is about now where my Winter Soldier was scoring for me. So getting pretty close now to Spider-Man being my top scorer for Speed Extreme Alliance battle, because what was Winter Soldier doing for me, like 375 or something like that? I don't remember. I think it was pretty close to 400k, my Winter Soldier, and it looks like Spider-Man is pretty much going to be the exact same. So right now my Winter Soldier with a 200% proc is scoring about the same as Tier 3 Spidey with the the Infinity War uniform on. So now, as you can see, we're jumping into some World Boss Ultimate, and yeah, I did manage to get up to stage 29, so we're trying to work on unlocking stage 30. I'm not sure if I can do a fast enough clear, though, to get the time challenge done, but I was able to clear with Black Bolt in the party. But for this video here, we're just using Beast leadership. We're going to pass the buff over to Spider-Man, and then of course we have Coulson for the Tier 2 passive. And yeah, luckily Spider-Man is naturally immune to snare, so I don't have to worry about those stupid little tornadoes snaring and bleeding me to death. But we still have to be a little bit careful here. So yeah, a little bit late on the damage proc there, but still got enough damage in. So yeah, at stage 29 here, Corvus is a little tanky, it seems like, because it's taken me a while to chip away his health bars, but his first, 7 health bars for when you start the match here are a lot more, I don't know what to call it, they're a lot more beefy than his next set of health bars, his next, 15 health bars or something like that when the phase change happens, because doing 1 bar here of damage is like 2 bars of damage in the second phase. So we got the damage proc lined up okay there, and as you can see, that was only 1 bar, or about 1 bar with his ultimate skill. So definitely takes a bit of time to get Corvus down at this stage here, but we managed to get through it after a bit of trial and error, because this is definitely not my first attempt at stage 29 here. I did try it a few other times. The first time I was trying it though, I was only using She-Hulk leadership, and then I was getting a little bit frustrated because I kept like losing Spider-Man. He kept like dying like when Corvus is down to like his last 2 bars, and it was just really irritating me because then all I have is Coulson and a tier 1 She-Hulk, and they can't do enough damage to finish off like the last bar or 2, so I get stuck just running out of time that way. So I figure putting Beast in, we still have a 50% leadership from Beast, so we still get a nice boost there, but then also we can pass Beast's buff over, so that should help to get a little extra DPS that way. And Beast is tier 2, so hopefully he'll be able to do some damage if I happen to lose Spider-Man when Corvus only has like a bar or 2 left. As you can see, we mistimed the damage proc there, so that's why that was kind of a lackluster 6th skill. But you can still see how much more damage, or how much easier it is to get through these bars of health opposed to his first set of health bars. So yeah, pretty much just kiting around. We're going to pass the buff here, and then I'm just doing the skill rotation that I like with Spider-Man throughout this fight. I haven't really found like the optimal skill rotation yet. This is just the one that I like to do. I like to do the 4th skill right into the 5th skill, so canceling the 4th skill partway through. As you can see, we did get the damage proc on that one, so it's a lot better damage than that other 6th skill. So yeah, so I like to do that kind of rotation there. Just do pop the 4 and then jump into the 5 right away. And then I usually use the 1st skill, and then he starts, or he ends the 1st skill by kind of like slamming down towards the enemy, like dive kicking them, and then I hop into the 3rd skill for that iframe there. It's generally what I like to do for the skill rotation. And then when I want to use his 6th skill, I like to use the 4th skill right before it, because you do get kind of a little bit of a lingering AoE effect in the 4th skill, where he kind of hits the ground and all those debris and rubble comes up and just like gets webbed down back at Corvus there, and that's going on well like the 6 skills in that kind of like cinematic animation for the beginning portion of it. So yeah, we're getting close here. He's got 5 bars left, but as you can see, Corvus can be quite annoying at sometimes, hopping into iframes when you don't want him to, which cancels out some of my skills sometimes. So yes, he's similar to like fighting Ebony in World Boss. You just feel like you're getting all sorts of skills canceled because you just keep doing these little teleports like this, and they get quite annoying. During this run here, I don't think it messes me up too much, but definitely when I was trying to get the clear here, I had my 6th skill canceled out a few times, and that caused me to time out because I didn't get the damage from this skill, which I definitely needed to be able to finish him off. So here we go. I think this is, yeah, there we go. So that's enough to take him down. So 39 seconds left, so did take most of the time to get through stage 29 here, so I'm curious to see if he can do stage 30, which I will try as soon as I have it unlocked. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of updated gameplay of Spider-Man, and yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one.